President Trump preparing for a trip to West Texas, speaking in Midland tomorrow about the administration's efforts to rescue the oil industry. Good evening, everybody. I'm Brian Mudd. Team coverage from Midland tonight. KMAC's Matthew Stell standing by with why a former Red Raider will be leading one of tomorrow's tours for the president. And we begin with KMAC's West Rapaport with more on why the president is stopping by the Permian Basin.
Hi there. White House officials say President Trump is expected to talk with members of the energy industry about incentivizing private investments, streamlining permits for projects, and reducing regulations. Like other industries, oil and gas took a hit during the pandemic. Fewer people on the roads meant the need for gas dropped. Producers had a hard time finding places to store what they were pumping out. That sent the market value plummeting. It's now in a place where oil workers tell me things are starting to look up and they expect an eventual bounce back. This visit also comes at a time where the president needs to secure the Texas vote. Some polling show presumptive Democratic nominee Joe Biden within single digits or even ahead in some cases. Texas Republicans say the president understands the value of the Permian Basin and Texas beyond our borders.
His presence here shows that he understands how important we are to meeting the energy needs of the world. And I'm glad that he's going to have a chance to see that up close and personal, because most sitting presidents haven't had the opportunity to do that.
Texas Democrats say Trump's visit is a sign Texas is in play in November.
State of Texas is in play, which means the Democratic House is definitely in play, and we can look at picking up potentially seats in Congress, and we might even pick up a U.S. Senate seat. I mean, there's a lot of things going on in Texas. This is ground zero for the November 3rd election.
The White House says this is Trump's 16th visit to the Lone Star State since he has taken office. He will be joined here in Midland by former Energy Secretary and former Texas Governor Rick Perry, as well as state dignitaries, including the governor, lieutenant governor, Texas Attorney General, and members of the Texas congressional delegation. Reporting in Midland tonight, I'm Wes Rapaport. Back to you.
All right, Wes, thank you so much. President Trump will also attend a fundraising lunch in the basin tomorrow. KMAC's Matthew Stell joining us live from Midland tonight with a look at the president's schedule. And Matthew, the president will also be visiting with a former Tech football player.
Yeah, you're right about that, Brian. A lot have wondered why the president chose to come and visit Midland, especially with it being 100 days out from Election Day. But less than 12 hours away, Air Force One will be wheels down here at the Midland International Airport. We asked some of the president's aides earlier today why he chose to specifically visit West Texas. They said quite simply, he loves Texas, he loves the oil and gas industry, and quite surprisingly, he loves the great air quality that West Texas has. But it has been a quite brutal and a tough season for the oil and gas sector. Remember back in May, oil prices not only took a deep dive, but went negative. Texas Tech alum and former Red Raider football player Cody Campbell, who co-owns Double Eagle Energy, says the president was quite instrumental in helping the industry bounce back. President Trump will spend most of his day touring Campbell's oil rigs.
You know, we're a little bit younger, and so my partner and I laughed about how, the old guys used to talk about how bad, the late 90s were when oil got down to $10. And so now we can say to them, hey guys, we've seen negative $40 oil, so, you can't say anything to us. So it was just, unprecedented. We didn't understand it. We didn't know why we were going through it. It was very scary, for several weeks there. But the rebound has been great, and I think that the rebound has come as a result of the president's leadership on the economy. I mean, he's done what's needed to be done to stabilize things, and that's huge, and it's very important.
But to kind of give you a look at the president's schedule tomorrow, he'll be landing here tomorrow at 11:30. From there, he'll head to the Odessa Marriott for a fundraising luncheon put on by the Republican National Convention, where we're told tickets were up to about $50,000 a plate. After that, at 3:15, he'll be touring the Double Eagle Energy rig, where he's expected to give some brief remarks. But we'll be covering the entire visit from start to finish here in Midland. So stay up to date right here on KMAC and online at everythinglubbock.com. Brian?
Very good. Matthew, thank you so much.